At 7 p.m. on This Is Exclusive, we look at the details of the public spat between Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, from insults to humiliation in news conferences. What went wrong? Why did it go down? At 7 p.m. on This Is Exclusive. Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. It's 7 p.m. I'm Niranjan. It's a national headline. Aam Aadmi Party versus the Congress Party. They're fighting it out in public, and each of them insulting, humiliating the other. That's our focus on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Republic TV. Let's now get you the news summarized with note assist using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Aam Aadmi Party wants Congress to apologize in the next 24 hours. After Aam Aadmi Party's apologize or face isolation ultimatum, Congress response says, keep dreaming, there is no apology coming. Congress party leader tells Republic that his party may not fight elections with the Aam Aadmi Party again in Delhi. The EVM bogies back. Rahul Gandhi blaming EVMs for the Maharashtra loss during the CWC meet in Belagavi, Karnataka. And that was the news summarized with note assist using the Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Let's start our big story of the day now. And ladies and gentlemen, our focus continues to be on the fight in the national capital ahead of the elections. We spoke to Congress leader Sandeep Dikshit. This was after the Aam Aadmi Party held a news conference this morning asking for an apology from the Congress in 24 hours. They even put a time to it, saying that they must apologize in 24 hours or face consequences. What are the consequences? According to the Congress Party, according to the Aam Aadmi Party, they will push for the Congress to be expelled from the INDI bloc if there is no apology coming. I spoke to Sandeep Dikshit of the Congress Party, who's also contesting against Arvind Kejriwal in the Delhi elections. Here is that conversation. On a day when the Aam Aadmi Party has gone on record to say that the Congress Party must apologize, I have Sandeep Dikshit, a very senior leader of the Congress Party from Delhi, joining us live on Republic. Mr. Dikshit, Aam Aadmi Party wants your party, the Congress, to apologize or ask Ajay Makan to apologize and leaders like yourself to apologize for the statements that have been made in the last 24 hours. Will you be doing that?
Well, what should we apologize for? For speaking the truth. In fact, it's the Aam Aadmi Party that should be apologizing. For 12 years, they've stated nothing but blatant lies about the Congress. I mean, you, perhaps, I don't know, you may be aware of what happened in 11, 12, 13. The kind of stuff they spoke about Mrs. Dikshit, about me, about Congress Party, about Sonia ji. Have they even once said that they only peddle lies to this nation? And their lies are not just lies, but absolutely crass lies. Have they ever said that? Have they ever apologized to the nation for frauding them with the kind of claims they made? Nothing. Have they ever said that Lokpal was nothing but a big illusion on which they fooled the millions of people of India? For a party that has only indulged in dirting other people, in throwing mud at everybody, in speaking lies through their teeth, knowing what the facts are, I don't think they are in any position to ask anybody questions. And my statement to them is, I've seen some of the questions that Mr. Makan raised yesterday when he critiqued their government. I've been critiquing the government on a lot of issues. I made certain statements this morning. Why don't they battle us out on facts? Why don't they say that our claims that they are somebody who misgoverned Delhi is actually true or not true? Why do they not come to me and battle out their so-called model of education and health when I say that it's nothing but whole lot of exaggerated claims? Why don't they come and tell us that no, what they did in the liquor scam is actually something that's very good? Why don't they come us and say why the development that has stopped in Delhi is actually something that is part of a policy of doing well? Why is it that in spite of very high rates of unemployment, they are claiming that they gave jobs? I mean, Sanjay Singh speaks lies through his teeth that he has solved problems of employment. He's given this city growth. Everybody knows that our growth rates have faltered, that unemployment is in a bad shape. Look at our environment. I mean, it's not me who's saying that. All of you shout about what our AQIs are, what our Yamuna is. That's not something that the Congress is peddling. Why doesn't he battle it out on these? And if there he proves us wrong, I'll apologize. And if he's not proved to be right, will he then apologize to the nation for fooling them?
Now, I want to ask you, today, the Aam Aadmi Party has said that they will ask the India bloc to remove the Congress from the alliance. Are you okay with that? I mean, I hear that Kejriwal has called Mamata Banerjee Akhilesh Yadav.
Yeah, I think good luck to them. He can call whoever he wishes, and it's between him and Akhilesh Yadav and Mamata Banerjee. What he does with the India alliance is for our senior leaders to see. Our senior leaders are members of the alliance. I think it's a question that they will take. I am frankly not interested, and I don't get threatened by the Aam Aadmi Party. And let the Aam Aadmi Party also understand, that this 24-hour ultimatum and all, let them use it somewhere else. Ye koi wo gali ki ladai nahi hai that they can come and threaten us. I mean, we have had no power in Delhi. We've never had a single elected MLA in the last 10 years. You haven't been able to scare us. You made thousands of claims about so-called corruption of ours. I was never scared. I knew that nobody can walk through my door because I've never done anything wrong. You are the ones who are scared. You are the ones who know that once the scam case goes to fruition, who will go behind bars. You know that the various FIRs filed against you on your cases of spying, on your education scams, on your health scams, on your Aam Aadmi Party scams, once they come to court, you are going to be in trouble, not us. I am not sitting here with a single forget case inquiry against me. Neither is Mr. Makan. The facts are with us. You are the ones who should be running scared. What you do with the India alliance or not with the India alliance, that's for our senior leaders to handle.
No, but why are you calling him Farziwal? If you're calling him Farziwal, why did you have an alliance with them? I mean, you seem to have very strong views. Ajay Makan has strong views. Then why do you guys contest elections together?
Yeah. Okay. Because Farziwal, the Lok Sabha elections were not about him and his work. They were about Modi and his work. They were never about him and his work. If they were about him and his work, we would have been on a very different line. And what is Farziwal? What is Farzi? Farzi means fraud. Every claim about him is fraudulent. I mean, his own Women and Child Development Department yesterday takes out an ad and uses the word dhokadhadi. Dhokadhadi is not Farzi. What is dhokadhadi? आपकी सरकार कह रही है आप धोखा देते हो यार. हम तुमको फर्जीवाल कह दे तो गलत है. I mean, Atishi is a chief minister. A department under her calls their own chief minister a fraud. Look at what's happening in your government. You can't even control your officers. You can't even tell them not to speak the truth. Your ad says that you are defrauding the city, not me. So if that is not Farziwal, what is Farziwal? Bhai? Forget the fact that he's, the kind of stuff that he talks about, education, health, etc. itself is a Farziwal. And if you ever want, I can sit with you for 20 minutes and prove my case to you. But that's not the matter of debate here.
Mm-hmm. No, I want to ask you because, see, sir, I'll tell you why it's a big issue. Both of you are allies. You all have fought elections together. You all have been on stage together, right? Now, when you all have been allies and parties within the INDI bloc are saying we don't want Congress. You had Mamata Banerjee last week. Mamata Banerjee says Rahul Gandhi is not fit to be the INDI bloc leader. She says, I should be the INDI bloc leader. And today you have Arvind Kejriwal saying Congress should not be in the alliance at all. And we feel this is maybe one of the reasons why the Congress is also hitting back at Arvind Kejriwal. Is that correct or wrong?
Look, he said this thing about not being in India alliance after Ajay Makanji's press conference yesterday and my going to the LG this morning. Because they know that the LG Institute's inquiries on the 3 allegations I made, they are going to be in serious trouble. So it's not some, great thing that dawned upon them on their own to ask people to remove Congress from the India alliance. And as far as India alliance's leadership is concerned, anybody wants to be Prime Minister, they are most welcome. I mean, if India Alliance asks us in the next Lok Sabha elections that we should campaign for X person as Prime Minister, we will do that. Till the Congress is a member of the India Alliance, the India Alliance's coalition on top, and its 15-20 top leaders who sit on those tables there, they will decide. It's a democratic decision. Let them decide. Whatever they will tell us, we will do. If the Congress tells us we are part of the India Alliance, fine. As far as the Lok Sabha elections is concerned, we fought because we were fighting Narendra Modi and his policies. Kejriwal and his policies were not in question. I've said that before also. If they were in question, we would not have been on the same footing.
They're calling you the B team of the BJP. Never thought we'll see this day when Aam Aadmi Party calls Congress B team of BJP. But it's actually happening.
No. Aam Aadmi Party can call anybody anything, yaar. I mean, you forget that. Aam Aadmi has called so many things to so many people. Their problem is, they don't understand half the time what they are saying. They are so enveloped in their own lies. Now, there is a case in which people say that if you tell yourself a large number of lies, unfortunately, you start believing them yourself. Let me just give you a couple of things with this B team issue here, and that's an argument I've been giving since this morning. B team really means that what you do helps your A team, right? I mean, that's why you are a
Yes.
B team. Every time that the Aam Aadmi Party has gone out of Punjab and Delhi to fight an election, they've helped the BJP. And half the time when I see your debates, when we are losing a particular election or when an election has become pretty close, you always say that, Aam Aadmi Party in the following seats made Congress lose. That was the case in Haryana. It was the case in Uttarakhand. It was almost the case in Himachal. It was the case in Goa. It was the case in Gujarat and many other states, and in Haryana recently, as I just mentioned. Tell me of one case where the Congress has gone into elections and made the BJP win. We may not be able to defeat them, that's something separate. But where we did something which we should not have done, which makes the BJP win. BJP may win fairly and squarely against us because they are better campaigners or they are more popular or whatever it is. Right? Tell me of one case where we have ensured that our allies don't win. We haven't done that. In fact, many areas we have sacrificed ourselves for our allies, okay, at times. So I think who is really the B team? B team is the one that helps a particular party win an election while not openly aligning with them. And that very, very clearly is the B team. Please give me one instance where Congress has done that. One instance.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. At the beginning of my first question, you mentioned, Sandeep Dikshit, and this is my last question to you. You said, look at them, they've defrauded the country since 2010, 11, 12 by making all those charges. You say that Arvind Kejriwal is a liar, he lied all along to get into politics. Is that what you're saying? You're essentially calling him the biggest liar who entered politics.
Yes. Yes, I do. I've always called him that. I don't mince my, maybe I've never met you. I'm not, a very well-known person as far as India's politics is concerned. So I don't think people have heard what I've been saying. But I've been saying this, if you can ask any of your researchers to go into a lot of my YouTube videos, I've been saying this for 10, 12 years, nothing new.
Okay. Will you be okay with Congress being out of the India alliance? I'll end with that question. That's what they want. That's what they're moving towards, to get you out.
That's not something for me to think about. No, that's not. If it's out, it's out. If it's in, it's in. That's not something for me to put about. I would always be happy if all parties come together. But my domain is the politics of Delhi. My domain is to make the Congress's ideology the paramount ideology of India. My domain is to fight for Congress and make it win whenever I'm asked to, or I get the opportunity to, or Congress is fighting.
But what about the claims of, fantastic
South
schools?
India, wherever it is.
What about the claim of fantastic schools, fantastic infrastructure, great schooling system, it's improved, free buses?
As I said, if they are saying, okay, let me argue with you, give me, I'm requesting you, give me an opportunity.
Okay, go ahead.
Give me an opportunity about what they claim. And let me say if I can dispel your facts.
Okay, they said that
I will show you data and information from their websites.
Okay.
And let's prove it that. Okay.
From schools, on the question of schools,
Ask
they
me
say
a
that
question.
world-class infrastructure has been built under their watch, under their rule.
Okay. First of all, what do you mean by world-class infrastructure? Is there any term? Is there anything that explains what world-class infrastructure is? It's a word they've coined and they've rewarded themselves. So I don't see any certification coming in. I mean, 2012, Times of India writes and says Delhi schools are the best in Delhi. 2012 or 13, Supreme Court takes a Delhi Education Department on some case, and in that makes two remarks and says that the Delhi model should be replicated all across India. We never touted that because that's part of our duties. The Supreme Court gives us a certificate of the best schools, best government schools in India. In 2012-13, I've got those cuttings with me. I can show them to you. And let me ask you about one or couple of points. I'll tell you about their achievements. Ultimately, the pass percentages are the biggest barometer of any school's education. Okay. I think you'll accept that.
Yeah.
Right? In Mrs. Dikshit's 15 years, the 12th class percentage passing went up in Delhi government schools from 64% to 89%. 25% increase in 15 years. Under him, last year, 12th class was 91%. Today, it's 95 or 96%. So only 6 or 7% in 10 years.
Well, they argue
now,
that New York Times wrote an article. Mr. Dikshit, you're talking about newspaper articles. They're saying New York Times wrote about how we are fixing our schools.
Please, you want New York Times to tell you. What about the Indian Supreme Court?
I only told you what
Times of India is a worse paper than the New York Times? The Times, please. So I'm saying Times of India gives us a certificate, and everybody knows the Times group is no great friends of the Congress, right? Times of India said Delhi schools are the best. Supreme Court, you will have some faith in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court says every school in India should be like the Delhi government school, and I can show you. Are we touting that? It's our duty to make schools good. And what about the results that I've told you? Let's look at the class 10 results. Under Mrs. Dikshit, class 10 results go up from 48% to 88%. 40% increase. And they are right now tottering at 92, 93%. So who really did the revolution in Delhi? And when they say that we built infrastructure, give me an opportunity. Your correspondent here, I will send you some photographs of the hundreds of schools that Mrs. Dikshit increased. I think you'll be surprised to see the quality of infrastructure that was being built in our time. What they did is, they increased that. Obviously, any new government will increase on that. Yeah. What is new in that? But what about the results? What about the number of principals who are not there? And also, the number of class 12 students who are there today is the same as in Mrs. Dikshit's time. Over 10 years, your number of class 10, 12 students should have actually doubled. That is because children are not coming to government schools. And also remember, he has constantly made a statement.
Mr. Dikshit.
One second. One last point. One last point, please, one last point. He's constantly made a claim that people are leaving private schools and joining government schools, right? Now, in a survey published by his own government just this year, in 2013, 43% kids were studying in, 43% kids were studying in government schools compared to the entire, and that has gone down to 41% today. So actually, percent of kids in public schools was more in Mrs. Dikshit's time than in Kejriwal's time. So even that claim of his continues to be a lie.
One last question to you. After all that you said to me,
and will these are numbers I can show you from his website.
We have a debate. Can I request you, Mr. Dikshit, in all fairness, will you agree to a debate with the Aam Aadmi Party? We'll get you on a one-on-one, detailed, research-backed debate before the elections. Are you willing to do that?
Okay. I've been saying this for the past 6-7 years.
Okay, I'm
not
taking
today.
your word
I've been saying it for a long time.
I'm taking your word on it.
Get your facts. Get your people.
I'm taking your word on it. I will arrange a debate.
Okay, great. I'll be there.
I will arrange a debate. And my last question: after everything you said to me, will you? After everything you've said to me, is there any going back to the Aam Aadmi Party? Will you fight elections together again in Delhi?
I don't think so. I think Aam Aadmi Party desperately wants to do that. I know that they've been approaching our leaders all through the last 2 months to have an alliance, but I don't think they've got a favorable response.
Okay, thank you very much. Sandeep Dikshit of the Congress Party joining us live here on Republic TV. This is exclusive. Thank you for watching. Thank you. And as we come to the end of this news wheel at 7 p.m., let's record and summarize with note assist using Galaxy AI on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Essentially, the Aam Aadmi Party has launched a scathing attack on the Congress, accusing it of colluding with the BJP for the upcoming Delhi Assembly polls to harm the prospects of Kejriwal's party. Now, the Delhi Chief Minister Atishi and Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh alleged this morning that the actions of the Congress are damaging the unity of the INDI alliance. Aam Aadmi Party demanded disciplinary action against Ajay Makan, other Congress leaders within 24 hours, and said if no step is taken, it will push for the Grand Old Party's expulsion from the INDI bloc. And there you have it, the precise reading of the news in a simpler format using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. We will be back with the headlines in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.